want to talk to you about the college thing, okay? I'm so excited. Hey, I'm not taking you with me. He's just saved the world, so that's a big thing. And he's dealing with the introspection and everybody's got an opinion kind of thing, you know, especially his parents. He's living in a very sheltered situation. It's the same sort of dichotomy of the first film. He's trying to get away from that. He's got a guardian in the form of Bumblebee living in the garage. So there's even more introspection and more weight on his shoulders and less independent thinking. And he's getting ready to press the reset button on his life and go to college and start a whole new world for himself, start a whole new personality and experience the mundane. He's dealing with a long-distance relationship. I think in the first movie, Sam was sort of the map reader. I think in this movie, he becomes the map.
I am seeing symbols ever since I...
Since what?
Ever since I touched the cube splinter. Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it. It's in the shop safe. It's fine.
Michaela, do not touch it, okay? Don't touch it.
I'm not gonna touch it. Sam, it's fine. It's locked away. No one knows where it is.
I do. You're hot, but you ain't too bright.
It's 2 years into her relationship with Sam, and Sam is really freaking out, and he's decided he wants a normal life, and he doesn't want to be a part of, like, he doesn't want to be a superhero who's sort of saving the universe, and he wants to go to college, and Michaela doesn't have the finances to take her there, so she has to stay behind. And they're sort of trying to maintain this long-distance relationship, and it's not going very well because they're teenagers, and it's just a difficult thing to do. And Sam gets into some trouble, and he needs Michaela's help, and so she meets him at college and sort of saves his life. And they start their journey.
I've been bumped up to Master Sergeant Robert Epps, where I'm dealing with so much more pressure in the field of communication. You know, we had a Master Sergeant in the first round. We didn't get to meet him, but I had my limits about the things that I was able to communicate about within my rankings. And now, everything that has to do with the soldiers being on the ground and communicating with all aircraft, where to drop bombs, where to pick us up in case an emergency happens, you know, all of these coordinates, which is very difficult dialogue to learn, by the way. That's Master Sergeant Epps.
Sam?
The most taxing thing with these movies is just physical. It's like being an athlete. It's a lesson in pain tolerance and like, you gotta be an adrenaline junkie. You thoroughly gotta believe, you know, you gotta believe this insane situation and commit fully. Mike appreciates the commitment, and I try as hard as I can, and I'm a hired gun. I stand where they tell me, really. I think there's 3 stunts I'm not in, and of those 3 stunts, I mean, Vladimir literally wasn't walking. He's our stuntman. He did these 3 stunts, and he was like brutalized for months and months and months after. He's still recovering. I'm still recovering. This is almost a year later, man.
Yeah.
It's a very, very vicious, aggressive, masculine, up the ante type situation. It's constantly competitive, and Michael Bay is like a General Patton. It's a really wild. It's not normal movie making.
I was not prepared for it. I came off of a movie where I barely moved at all, where it was like a lot of dialogue, and like the most movement we did was like walking through the hallway. So going from that into this movie was sort of devastating to my body.
What is all the racket? Whoa! Sam!
Yeah, it was fun to get included into that for the most part. Exhausting, but fun. You know, you get out there and you get to see what these guys go through on a daily basis, you know, hanging out of helicopters and cars and, you know, running through all these explosions. And so we got, you know, yeah, it was like hammer down. But it was fun.
This time around, we're now working with the Autobots in an operation called Nest, and it's just cool because we get a little more opportunity to work, you know, with them and interact with them, and I think it's kind of a cool idea that we have this technology that we're still learning about, that hopefully they're teaching us a little bit about. I just hope that if they ask me to do the next one, I don't know if they will, I think we're all dispensable, but except for maybe Shy and Megan and Optimus. But I would love to see them sort of develop some kind of cool Autobot weaponry that we can wear. I think that'd be cool.
That would be slick.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be very slick.
They'll
Then
probably
what
do that, but just let somebody else do it the next one.
Then what about taking the action to Cybertron, right?
Yeah. Ooh, good idea.
I play Leonardo Ponce de Leon Spitz. I love it every time I say that.
Gotta say it all the
Yeah,
way.
you gotta see the whole thing. It's not the same. Leo Spitz for short, and he's he's a freshman at Princeton University. He runs this conspiracy theory website, thereallifeindeal.com, and he's like this conspiracy theory techie guru, controlling kind of freaky kid. And then in walks Shia's character, Sam, and we're roommates, but we have that moment where we're not sure if this is gonna work out. You know, is he crazy? Is he gonna stab me in my sleep? Is he dirty? And then I get sucked into his world of real alien robots, and that's when the character freaks out and completely goes out of control. So it's a fun journey.
I think if there's no levity in this scenario, then the movie is gonna suck. You gotta breathe. You have to breathe. If it's just all anxiety-ridden punching in the face, it's like it's just overwhelming. There's no time to even cognate what you've just seen. You almost need the laughs to just stop and reflect on what you just went through. The first 10 minutes of our movie is more explosive action than you'll see in any other action film this year. That's our first 10 minutes. It's the biggest movie Paramount's ever mounted. And the size and scope of this movie has to be balanced in some way. And the storyline's got to be rooted in truth that there's nothing to follow. And the tone of these movies, if you were a fan of the original Transformers, the origins of it, there was a lot of humor and levity in that. And so, in keeping with the tone of the original, staying true to the source material, you have to have it.